The winter fog was thickening. Pale morning light slipped softly through the window. I stood by the door, holding a quilt in my hands. My fingers were numb from the cold. I exhaled slowly, the sound breaking the quiet. Outside, silence. It felt as if the house was listening. My footsteps, my breath, everything. I placed the quilt down, and then I saw her eyes, my sister's half open, caught between sleep and wakefulness. There was a strange glow in them, something that tugged at my chest. She didn't speak, her face showed nothing, yet her slow, measured breath echoed like a quiet answer. I stepped back, careful not to make a sound. The fog outside softened each step. It felt as if the world had paused, holding its breath. She held the quilt, a small shiver running through her. I could tell she didn't understand yet, and she didn't need to speak. The look in her eyes said enough. The room smelled faintly of wood smoke and cold stone. I walked slowly down the path beside the house. The soft light, the color of the quilt, the room's muted warmth, all of it carried a gentle weight. I wondered what she was feeling, what was stirring inside her. The quilt wasn't just warmth. Each stitch carried memories, small pieces of our childhood stitched into fabric. After Mother passed, we clung to these remnants, preserving the past in silence. Today, this quilt, the chill of winter morning, the soft glow from the window brought those memories back, waiting to unfold. My footsteps faded behind me. The fog shifted and bent the light. Leaves rustled softly. A dog barked in the distance. But in this small, quiet moment, I only watched. Tears pricked my eyes. Maybe for her, maybe for me. I imagined her fingertips brushing over the quilt, feeling each stitch as if it carried her mother's hand. She sat quietly, tracing the fabric. Her eyes held a strange uncertainty, a trembling calm. And then she spoke, almost a whisper. My mother, she used to sew this. The words hovered in the air, slow and deliberate. My chest tightened. Time seemed to stop. Everything paused. Outside, the wind stirred the fog against the window. Inside, the soft glow of early morning lit her face and the quilt, revealing the texture of both. Her fingers moved lightly across the old fabric, tentative and reverent. I could see the past awaken in her gaze. We sat like that, silent, the quilt, the window, her breath, all part of a quiet conversation. No words were needed. Dust motes floated in the light, invisible but present, carrying memories of decades past. Her hands trembled slightly. Her eyes glistened. She didn't look at me, yet I could feel her understanding, the slow awakening of memory. I wanted to ask her what she saw, what she felt, but no words came. Time lingered. Every sound, a floorboard creak, a distant bird, the soft rustle of fabric felt magnified. The quilt was more than fabric. It was the weight of history, the imprint of a mother's touch, the quiet echo of lives intertwined. She looked down at the quilt, lips moving as if forming silent words. Her breath was slow and steady, yet I could feel the tremor in her chest. I could see it in her eyes, recognition, longing, perhaps regret. I stayed beside her, motionless. The room smelled faintly of pine and old wood. The quilt's warmth pressed softly against her hands. Outside, the wind shifted, scattering light across the floor. It was a fragile, fleeting moment, yet heavy with everything unspoken between us. I stepped back, outside into the fog, feeling the cold bite at my face. The light inside softened, the quilt warm in her grasp, her eyes glistening with the ghost of memory. For a moment, we were connected across years, across silence, across all that had been lost. She didn't speak again. Her eyes followed the folds of the quilt. Her fingers traced the stitches, the thread catching light, the fabric holding time. And I knew, even without words, that something had shifted. Something deep and unspoken had begun to move between us. The fog outside softened further. Morning light grew stronger. The quilt rested in her lap, heavy with memory, tender and familiar. I lingered for a moment, then turned away, my heart heavy but quiet. We had crossed a threshold today. Something inside both of us had awakened. The house was silent, the air still. Only her breath, slow and steady, filled the space. The quilt, the morning light, the shiver of recognition, all together, quiet and complete. I walked away, feeling the weight of what had begun. A small, fragile thread had been picked up, connecting us again through memory, through grief, through love.